Mr. Bhusan, are you ready for the law series part 1?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a few questions from
Yes, yes, please
family
go on.
laws.
Please go on. Please,
So
please
tell
go on.
me, when was Hindu Marriage Act passed?
It was, I guess it was passed in 1955.
Okay.
Immediately after the secular law, that is Special Marriage Act, was passed after 1954.
So why was Hindu laws were codified?
Because in a modern democratic state, the laws governing divorce, adoption, maintenance, or the issues related to family and thereof must be codified and enumerated clearly in a piece of legislation. Because in any democratic state, laws are the normative principles that guide the relationship between the state and the individual.
So does Hindu Marriage Act provide any provision in relation to same-sex marriage?
No.
So it is not applicable.
It is not applicable as we speak.
Okay, so
But I
there is a
cannot- I cannot
possibility in future
I
that
hope
it
so.
can be
I hope so.
allowed under it.
I hope so, because if we try to interpret the constitutional principles, we may find a special arrangement, or we may create a space that is already given to us through the constitutional principles, and the same can be extended to those people who consider them uh, different from the heteronormative marriage norm that is the normal for any society.
So, do you think the debates that have been taking place in legal fraternity or in common parlance or in common people or amongst common people, that it should be allowed or it should not be allowed? Do you think Indian society and Hindu society is ready to accept such new concepts, which is quite common in Western society, because people have accepted such relationships in their society?
I think in India also, if we go back in history, we may find such examples, and people were accepted. If we go into finding such examples, but what happens is this state of affairs is currently a very curious mix of at least 800 to 1000 years of invasions, and a lot has been destroyed, a lot has been reconstructed. So this society has finally come to terms with at least considering them as a viable social identity, if it comes to that society seeking their same sex marriage rights. Let me tell you, the judicial position on this aspect is very much clear. There is no doubt. In Suprio versus Supriya judgment, uh, the court very clearly stated that it's time that we establish a normative structure which may translate into some sort of protection for these people, howsoever minuscule in number, howsoever small in number, because the whole history of NAS Foundation case and the people who have been fighting for it, the gay month pride rallies that are, and processions that are taken out, the numbers are good enough. And in a modern democratic society, we should at least give them space within the constraints of maintaining a just and peaceful and reasonable order.
Okay, let me digress from this issue for a moment and then I will come back to it.
See, the court clearly said that uh, it's time that we consider these people also, but
But why did they not allow it?
the call has to come from the legislation supporting them. It has to be the legislature of this country, because the legislators are elected by the people of this country.
So I was asking, section 377 of IPC, which talked about carnal intercourse,
unnatural sexes.
unnatural offenses
Hmm.
relating to human body,
Hmm.
why did they declare it partial unconstitutional?
Partially because it also talked about instances of bestiality, sodomy. So
If those activities were criminal activities, why have they not completely declared it unconstitutional?
because it entailed,
Why have they
because
considered it
entailed,
partially?
because it entailed a sexual relationship between two people who were of the same sex, be it a female or a male. But we cannot completely do away with the section only because we have to deal with the human aspect of it.
Then what about right to choose partner under fundamental rights or right to life?
No, that it is certainly a right given to us, but yes, within the constraints of the law and the status quo, we are not allowed to choose a partner of same sex. But ultimately, that is also a subject of personal choice. You cannot be too vocal about it unless
But these
there
things
is
can't
a,
be institutionalized.
no, it can be institutionalized. The Western society has done it. There, much has been written about it. Body positivity is a norm, but it should not be taken out of context. People
But
like Judith Butler.
but why Justice Chandrachud opposed it?
No, Chandrachud did not oppose it. He merely said that the time has come that the legislature should take the call, and it is a debate which should be taken up by the society as a whole. It can